How do you know if a person has or had a trust? So let's use a situation. Let's say your aunt has no kids and you're helping with her affairs, and she becomes incapacitated. She has mentioned a trust, either wanting to get one or working towards getting one, and now she's incapacitated. Let's say she was in a car accident, so you don't know if she had a trust, or a parent, grandparent, and so on. You are unsure if they had trust. How do you find out even if they had one? And then we'll talk very briefly about if you do find that they have one, how do you find the document, maybe even the original. So again, let's go to the aunt situation. How do you know if she has a trust? Well, if a person has a trust, that trust should be, in a perfect world, connected to that person's assets, to their real property, their home, land, mineral interest, to their financial accounts, to their life insurance, retirement, bank accounts, to everything that they possibly own, even their cars. So how do you find that out? Well, ideally, if you have access to their belongings, you can look on bank statements and see if a trust is mentioned anywhere. Then, if the person owns real property, again, home, land, mineral interest, you go to the county clerk or you look through that person's documents and see if the house is, or the real property is connected to the trust. Because the way you attach real property to the trust, you basically deed it out of the owner's name to the owner's trust. So the land records should reflect that. So if you go on the county assessor and you Google that person's address or name and a trust pops up as the owner of that property, then you know the person has a trust. If you look on bank statements and you see a trust is mentioned, the owner has a trust. Now, if that real property does not show the trust as an owner, that doesn't mean that they don't have a trust. That just means that that property is not attached to the trust, which it doesn't do much good to the real property because it may have to be probated. Sometimes people don't fully understand how trusts work, or maybe they have sold the property that they had when they created the trust and they never put the new property in the trust. So, but if you don't see a trust reference, that doesn't mean 100% that that person does not have a trust. So look over the other things, over documents they may have laying around the house, in a safe deposit box. How do you find out if a person has a safe deposit box? It's really hard. So try at the bank. That is only if you have the right documentation, either you're a power of attorney, an executor, a trustee, or look and see if the person had a safe and see if you can locate some of those documents that way. So also with the financial accounts, life insurance, you may have the trust listed as a beneficiary. Bank accounts have payable on death designations. We have lots of videos on that. So see if the trust is listed as a payable on death beneficiary or even as an owner of a bank account. The same with investment accounts and so on. Talk to the person who does taxes for that person. They may have that information, or again, the bank, they may or may not release this information. You have to have the proper authorization. So this is to say, if you have a trust, be sure that the people you trust, your trustees, the people you nominated in your documents, know that you have a trust and know how to locate it and have access to it. Or if you think that your parents have a trust, or an aunt or someone have a trust, or they mention a trust and they mention to you that you are listed within, you may want to go ahead and be proactive and ask about at least how do you locate them when the time comes. I hope this video helped. Good luck with everything. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and see you soon.